Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is VANO. So I am super excited about today's video because I'm going to be testing out and trying the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealers and Setting Powders. This launch happened January 11th and I was one of the first people at the Sephora near me because I honestly didn't know what the reaction was going to be like. But you know, based on what I was seeing online and how everything was being promoted, I was like, I think this is probably going to sell out really quickly in the first day. So I didn't want to miss out on getting a chance to try the products firsthand. Now you all know by now I love Fenty Beauty. I love the foundation and how it wears on my skin because I do have very oily skin, and I really feel that this foundation helps keep the oils at bay a lot longer than other foundations I have tried. So now that they've come out with the concealers and setting powder, I'm like, okay, let's do this, I'm ready. If you have not already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the bell to get notified when I post new videos. And if you want to see how the Fenty concealers perform on my face, then keep on watching. Alright you guys, well I've already gone ahead off camera and applied my moisturizer and then went in with the Fenty Pro Filter primer and my foundation in 260. I applied that with the foundation brush. As you all know, I loved it from my previous Fenty review, and then I went ahead and added a little bit of gloss balm to my lips to make sure everything was nice and moisturized and taken care of. So Fenty made it super easy for you to find your matching concealer shade based on your foundation. Since I am in the shade 260 in foundation, my matching concealer shade would be in the shade 260. But I wanted a little bit more of a brightening effect to my under eye area, so I went ahead and purchased the concealer shade in 230. And then I also went ahead and purchased a more of a contour shade in the shade 385. So I'm going to be playing around with both of these today just to see what it looks like and how they perform. I also went ahead and purchased the powder in the shade Butter. Now when I was in store testing out the powders, I really gravitated towards the banana shade, but after further review and kind of looking at it in the mirror, it looked just a little too dark on me. So I went ahead and purchased Butter because it gave a little bit more of the brightening effect. And it's kind of funny because I watched Tati's review yesterday and she kind of had the same problem, and we're kind of similar in our shade range. So I thought that that was actually a good choice that I had made on the initial launch day. So I'm excited to try out Butter. I also went ahead and picked up the concealer brush, which I'm super excited to try out, especially since it's got that kind of flat edge to one side. And after trying the foundation brush and seeing how well that applied, I can't wait to see how this performs. What I'm probably going to do today as well is do one side with the brush and another side with a sponge, because that's usually how I would do my concealers. So I just want to kind of give that a fair shot. I also went ahead and purchased the Fenty Kilowatt Foil Palette from her holiday collection. These just went on sale at Sephora, and I kind of thought that this would be like a nice keepsake because once these are gone, they are not going to be restocked. So definitely go ahead to your local Sephora if you want, or go online before supplies run out because they are not coming back in stock. And if you like Fenty like I do, you're going to wish you had this before they all run out. Alright, so I'm first going to go in with the shade 230, and I'm going to take that and apply it to my under eye. The doe foot is really long, and Priscilla was talking about how there are 3 different ways to apply it. You can use the tip to do really minimal, you can use the side to pat, and then also to swipe to get really maximum full coverage. I'm probably going to go in with a couple different ways because I don't really like to do like a huge under eye concealer. I like to build. So I'll probably go with like the light and medium way to do it. But anyway, let's try it out. With the concealer, without. And I'm only pressing it into the skin, I'm not swiping or pushing. And I really do like the flat angle to this brush because it really gets the product in there nicely. I'll take what's ever left over and just apply it to my lid. Oh my god. Do you all see this? It's like my bags are gone. I've been on set for the past 2 weeks, so I'm feeling a little run down right now, but it's like, I mean, they weren't lying. Like, this definitely is the cure when it comes to making you look awake and just revived. Oh my god, I don't look like a vampire anymore. Also, can we just talk about this palette for a second? Like, that is just glorious. I can't wait to play with this. So for this side, I'm going to go with the Beauty Blender sponge and see how that compares with the brush. You know what? I think I actually like the brush application better than the sponge. Like, this is weird, you guys, because I would normally not use a brush. Honestly, I would just go with my big Morphe sponge and blend that out. I would usually use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer because like we need a full beat here. But the difference in terms of how much product was left and how much more control I have with this brush is really apparent. I mean, I don't know if you can tell here, but the way that this applied into a really nice V shape, and you saw I applied it the same way with that nice kind of U, but look at the difference in terms of how much more control I could have to really blend that out versus here. That's gorgeous. Okay, brush, I'm gonna go back in now and just fix this side and correct it. And I haven't applied any more concealer to this side. I'm literally just pushing and pulling the product down a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead now and do the rest of my concealer. I'm gonna go back with the foundation brush, and I have some of the foundation from earlier when I applied it, and I'm just gonna blend out a little bit of these edges here because it's a little too white for me on my chin in certain areas. But overall, that concealer did the trick. Wow, that is a huge difference. I really love the brightening effect. It just makes me look awake and healthy and like I haven't been on set for 2 weeks. So far, I'm really happy with this concealer, so let's go ahead and set this. Here is what the packaging looks like for the powder. Very luxe, very beautiful, very shiny. The Fenty Beauty logo is on here. It has the little paper here. Ooh. Has a really nice luxe scent to it. The one thing I didn't pick up from the collection was the powder brush. I don't really like to use that to set my face. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and apply a little bit of the powder in the lid and then use a damp beauty sponge to set, because that's what I would normally do. Ooh, it's definitely scented, but very nice and powdery and light. I'm gonna go ahead with my Morphe beauty sponge, pick up some of the powder, and apply that to the concealer. Oh my god. Oh shit, that just melted into the skin. I feel like my pores just disappeared. Oh my god. At first I thought I applied way too much powder, but after just kind of pouncing it in for a little bit and letting it settle, that was like, whoa. So this is the side with the powder and this is the side just with the concealer. And I can for sure see a much more brightening effect happening here on top of what I've already placed. Let me go ahead and set the other side. I'm super impressed. Wow, it's like pores be gone. Wow. I also forgot to mention that the powder does come with this little lid stopper. It's hidden right here in the side here, and that definitely helps to protect the powder from not exploding everywhere when you open it every time. I just look airbrushed and awake. I'm gonna go in now with the concealer shade in 385 and really hope that this works just as well when doing my contour. I'm gonna do the brush application on this side and then the sponge application on this side, just so we can get a little bit of a comparison. Well, again, I am pleasantly surprised because I was not expecting to enjoy the concealer as a contour that much. And honestly, after applying it, I really like it. I did find that with the brush side, I had to go in with the sponge a little bit after just to finesse the edges. I had to take a little bit more of the product and apply it to my jawline because the sponge soaked up a little bit more than necessary. But after looking in the mirror, it looks like they both pretty much perform the same. But overall, the finish looks really nice. It feels really smooth and kind of powdery, and that's what I like because I have oily skin. And just for the sake of this video and a little bit of fun, I'm gonna go back in with the concealer brush and do my nose contour and a little bit more contouring around my eyes and lip area and just see how this performs in different areas. Alright, well it turns out that concealer brush also works really well with doing a nose contour. I don't think I've ever seen my nose that snatched. Even when I use my regular method, which is with a sponge, it never ends up having that wonderfully sharp, precise line like it does when I use that brush. I'm gonna go ahead now, finish up my face off camera, and then I will be back with my final thoughts before I do my check-ins with you later today. Alright you guys, well now it is officially 11:59. I have been wearing this concealer for a little bit now, and honestly, I really like how it looks. It's been, what, a couple hours now? The foundation and concealer and powder work beautifully together. It really just has a nice complement to my skin type and just how it lays on my skin, so I'm really happy with it so far. I'm gonna go ahead and run some errands for the day and then head to a couple meetings. It has been raining non-stop in LA now for the past 4 or 5 days, so I'm really interested to see how the concealer and everything else will hold up with this kind of weather. And yeah, I will check back in with all of you later tonight. Alright you guys, well now it is officially 10:01 p.m. I have been wearing the concealer and setting powder for what, like over 10 hours now? And I gotta say, looking at it up close in the mirror, it has performed really, really well. There's a little bit of creasing under my eyes, there's a little bit of oil happening here in my T-zone area. Some of the foundation came off above my lip, but honestly for me, that's pretty normal. I did have to go in a couple times throughout the day and powder those areas, but as soon as I did and the oils were absorbed, it was just like completely fresh again. But overall, I really like how the concealers and setting powder performed with the rest of the makeup. Rihanna, you definitely kicked off 2019 with a bang with your concealers and your setting powder, and I am so happy to say that I love these so much. As far as the concealer brush, I really enjoyed it, other than the fact that some of the bristles came out, so hopefully if I go back to Sephora, they can either replace it or I'll just get my money back and hopefully find a dupe. Well, that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone who comes on here and takes the time to watch these videos and experiences this journey with me through music, art, and fashion. If you haven't tried any of the Fenty products, I highly suggest you do. I can't wait to see what 2019 brings with Fenty Beauty. They keep raising the bar with all their products, and I'm just super excited for them. And on that note, I will see you in my next video. All right, bye.